Everybody, so today I thought that I would show you some of the magazines and places that I get the images and words that I've been using in my collage journal, because that's probably one of the most frequently asked questions that I have is where do I find the images that I use and the words, and also what kind of journal I have, which this is a journal that I made many years ago in a Susie Blue class that I took online. Gosh, it's probably been 5 or 6 years ago. I can't even remember the name of the class, the workshop, but she showed us how to make this journal, and it's made from 140-pound cold press Arches watercolor sheets. It's the big sheets of paper that are like poster board size, and it's trimmed, and then I had the extra pieces of paper left over from making these pages, because some are regular size and some are long and fold out. So I had these, and I didn't want to throw these away, and I was inspired by Donna Downey's journals where she has the inclusions in hers. So that's what these are. These are just the leftover pieces of paper from cutting out the big pages to make this journal, which this journal is almost full. This is it, and I'm done. I just have these pages right here and I'm done. So I'm going to hopefully try to do a video making my new journal, because I've got to have a new journal, because this is probably, I know this is my favorite journal that I have, period, out of all the journals that I have. So I will be lost if I do not make another one of these. So anyways, let's get right into it. As far as images, the magazines that I use that I use the most for images, for ladies, for girls, whatever, is W Magazine, and I don't know where the price is. Barnes & Noble. I get this at Barnes & Noble. And Style Magazine I use a lot, and Vogue. I have not bought a Vogue in a while. This is September 2013. When I do buy them, I get the fall issues because they are massive. And it's just loaded with images, with ads. You know, I've probably bought the fall issue of Vogue and In Style a couple years ago, and I still have oodles of pictures that I can use. This is a new one for In Style that someone just gave me, which was really nice, but you know, just they're full of ads, full of neat pictures that you can use. So and you can pick, actually I've seen all three of these at half-price bookstores for, you know, pocket change. So that's a great place to get them so that you don't have to spend a lot of money. Just find these even at the library. They'll get rid of old magazines. So these are the three that I get pretty much almost all of my images out of. One thing about W is that it is big. It's a lot larger than a regular size magazine. The other thing is that some of the images can be kind of risque. I have one issue where I tell you every single girl in it, you can see her chest. And you know, if you have a problem with seeing those things, you might kind of be weary of W, because you will see exposed chests often. But I really like this magazine a lot because the images are a lot more edgy. Some of them can be kind of crazy, but I just really love the pictures in this magazine. But they're always, so if I have something that's just definitely kind of out there, it probably came from W Magazine. The other thing, but the good thing with this and this journal that I have that I discovered is that on these fold-out pages, these actually fit in there, you know, quite nicely, except for just this little bit of a top. So for some of the really, really neat ones in here, like this girl, I love this. I could put the whole thing on here and not have to cut it. If you have just a regular size journal, you're gonna have to cut off a good, you know, the bottom of the images out of W Magazine. And they also, a lot of times, I don't know if I can find one, will have, you know, close-ups that fit a lot better on the bigger pages in my journal than they would a regular sized journal. See, I love these too. Which a lot of these are also in here, but you know, just a whole lot smaller. So W, Vogue, and In Style. Actually, I've got a big, I know I have one that I didn't cut. I think this one was from W. This page was, and I know this page was too. And let's see, excuse me. Another place that I've been getting images from is yoga magazines and Mindful. I picked Mindful up at Whole Foods. For me, I like it a lot because it's focusing a lot on what I'm trying to work on personally. So, you know, I struggle with anxiety, and just I'm trying to focus on being more mindful. So I've discovered that there are some great phrases and images that I know that I will eventually be able to use in my journal. This one says be mindful from head to toe. You know, even just this one with the panic button. So I have been using this magazine quite a bit for images and some phrases. Get my journal again. This was an ad from Mindful, this girl here, and then this quote here that I used the other day, this was actually from Mindful. It says, in today's rush, we all think too much, seek too much, want too much, and forget about the joy of just being. So this totally is kind of what I'm trying to work on with in myself. So I guess if you know that you want to work on things like this, on your health, on your fitness, on your thoughts, you know, definitely getting magazines that focus on those things. You will find lots of phrases and images that would work in your journal. Another place where I get, well, for words. Once you start looking for words and phrases to use, I tell you, you just don't stop. And I think it's kind of a sickness because I have a huge pile of magazines now that I just can't get myself to throw away because I know that there's words and phrases in there that'll work great in my journal. Seriously, you can look everywhere. Costco, their ad has lots of things that you can use, and I just, you know, sit down with my scissors on the couch and I just start cutting out words. I'd probably cut out think, I'd cut out first, even say it best. I just kind of try to think, even for single words, if it would just work one word on a page or like an ATC, or words that I know that I might put together to make sentences. Those are also the types of words that I cut out. Like for, where's it at? It's one I just did yesterday. Well, see if I can find this one. Just all sorts of different words that I these are all from different ads and different phrases from magazines, put them all together to say what I want to say. So I just kind of, anything with lots of ads in it, you will definitely probably find good words to use. Because what are ads trying to do? They're trying to sell you things. So they're going to make it look as great and sound as great and use all sorts of descriptive words to try to get you to buy their product. And those are the words that work the best, in your journal, in my journal, the way that I like working in my collage journal. So I definitely cut out that rejuvenate, replenish. Sometimes you just need to know. I might not use all of that together, but I would go ahead and just clip that out. All you need, ready for action. Even sometimes I've kind of started grabbing just single words like get, after, ones that I think that I might put together for sentences. I'd cut out the best way. And the closer that you look, even through this, you can find words. And well, I usually try to cut phrases from any of the small print, and those work great on ATCs because they're small and so they fit on there perfect. But Costco connection, even your coupon flyer, once again, it's full of ads. So unique, I cut out that. Did you know? Delicious. Probably good cause, I cut that out. The first, constantly changing. Just, any words that kind of appeal to you and what you think that you would like to say. You'll find them if you look. Just this, simple, sometimes the best things in life, improves. It's always better to bring, you just gotta kind of, look at part of it, and you'll just start seeing phrases that you can use. Love knows no a few boundaries. Love glows, discover. So right here you find a ton just in your coupon flyer that you get with your paper. Here's a Kohl's ad, taking care of business. Another thing for Kohl's ad in department stores, you might find jewelry, and I like to use rings a lot on my pages. So even this, fine print, we're seeing a pattern that would be fun for a journal page. Suit yourself. This is just little Kohl's ad. I got this in the mail the other day from Michigan, and it has a lot of great words and phrases in it too. Even the map you can use. Best. Once again, it's trying to sell you things and make everything look wonderful and appealing, so it's got lots of descriptive words. Explore, play, adventure, I want more of. So it's just sitting here and looking. There's also, if you like using outdoor images, and these you can get for free if you just request them from your state, the travel guides. I picked this up in Colorado when we went last year. This is actually a really neat little catalog, and it'd be nice to just turn it into a journal. I like the cover. It's nice and thick, and the pages are pretty thick too. But it has a lot of beautiful pictures in it that would work. And, lots of words, but lots of outdoor, very pretty outdoor photos. Elevate your inspiration. That would be really pretty in a page. you know, and this is stuff that you can pick up free places. The other magazines that I have a lot of, well, my daughter, they sell magazines every year for their school fundraisers, so that's usually when if I get any subscriptions. Martha Stewart has a ton of words and phrases in it, and these you can also get easily at half-price books or for free from your library, but lots and lots and lots of things that you can use, you know, on a page. So I'm just looking for what I could use in my journal, in my collage journal, or what would work on an ETC or a postcard, things like that. So out and about, energized. Even if you start reading all this fine print, this right here I'd clip out. It says perfection takes more time. That would be great on an ATC. A man with uncompromising standards, that would be great on an ATC with a picture of a guy. Exceptional, passion for excellence, inspire you to create, delicious. Just right there is, you know, you could make all sorts of ATCs with those phrases on them. So the longer that you spend looking through a magazine, even just with one magazine, you would have a nice huge stack of things that you can use in your journal. You know, it's just spending time to sit down and look through it closely. The closer you look, the more you'll get. So it's definitely one of those lazy day, hanging out on the couch, watching a movie type projects to do. Now your new look won't get old. There's just, even just this clean. No, I really could just go on and on and on and on and bore you to death. But look closely and it's there. Discover the art of, pastime to treasure for a lifetime. All of these would work great on a page. Real Simple has a lot of great phrases, pictures. So as far as images, it kind of comes and goes. Sometimes I'll find some really neat ones, and other times there's nothing. But if you look through the articles, there's lots of good things that you can use for. Where's it at? This one came from a Real Simple magazine, and this one came from a Real Simple magazine, and both of these were just talking about finding balance in your life. So you know, like I said, it kind of comes and goes with what it has in it. So definitely kind of flip through it and see if it has anything that you totally know you could use. Like I would probably use her, maybe her. This is kind of neat. You know, just kind of things like that. The other thing that I've kind of started doing as I'm going through looking for words, let me see if I can find some good examples, is I kind of started looking at the backgrounds too. So things that I could use as a background on an ATC or on like a collage postcard. So even this, you could put your postcard, you could put this on top of your postcard and use that as a background. Even like something like just this, just because it's colorful and there's a lot of texture. Even this, I'd probably pull this out because you could get ATCs out of these areas. Same thing with all of this. Even this would be a good background. And it's just kind of all how you look at the picture, and how, you know, how much time you want to spend pulling these out. I was trying to find a couple other This would be good for a background. It's just kind of something to get you started, to have something on your paper, and just for color and texture, and you can kind of work from there. You know, there's some watch faces. I always cut those out. Let's see. Another magazine that has a lot of good words in it is Oprah. You know, anything that's kind of got a self-help, positive attitude, you'll find things that would be good to use. What should I try today? Do I feel at home? I like using phrases like this in my journal here that I've got. For phrases, sorry, my son was asking me a question and I lost my train of thought. For like this, I put phrases like this that for questions, or just, oh gosh, you know, just things that kind of make me think, or what I'm thinking. I do a lot of those in this journal that I was working quite a bit in and then just kind of stopped. But I like, this kind of is more where I write things out as far as working on parts of my life. I don't like writing a lot in this one. I kind of tried off and on a couple times, but I kind of like it, but then again I don't. So for where I want to kind of maybe write some more, I've been doing that in here, and just with an image with words, and then I've kind of writing along the side. So, you know, I would cut that out and maybe put that in here on a page, and then actually kind of write, kind of use it as a journal starter. So, but Oprah has, see, I'd cut that out. That would work as a background. I'm just going all over the place with this, you guys, I know, but as I see stuff as I'm flipping through, then I think, oh, well, that would work great on a page. Even this, you would take this, and then you could put a face, you could put something here to cover up this, you know, the words. Let's see, so that's Oprah. I don't know if I went over Yoga Magazine. I like Yoga Magazine because, once again, just with the words, phrases, and just some of the pictures, I like using those. Let's see, another place, Whole Foods ad. I got this at the store. Once again, just lots of descriptive words. Of course, a lot of them, you know, are health related, so I'm liking that because that's what I'm trying to work on in myself. You know, turn up the volume, pure, just I've kind of cut this one up a bit too. Let's see, I also have Vegetarian Times because I'm a vegetarian, so once again, it's just another magazine that I've been getting anyway because of my daughter's magazine drive, so find lots of things in here. Food and Wine is just like Martha Stewart, lots of ads. Food ads are great because, you know, they are trying to, you know, get you to buy their product, so they are trying to make it sound good. So just for words, definitely. Same thing with Cooking Light, and these are all easy to find. Even if you just ask friends, do you have any magazines that you don't want? You know, you could definitely get some for free. Then some other ones that I've picked up here and there. This is Thoughtfully. I found it at Whole Foods last month. This is the first issue. I have not seen it since then. I don't know if it is a monthly publication or what, but it has actually used this girl over the weekend. So I have to fess up. I bought two of these. I bought one to cut up, and I bought one to keep just because I wanted to be able to sit and read this one with the articles that were in it. But I totally use these girls as well. So Thoughtfully, it's $7.99. Magazines are so expensive anymore. So that's a new one that I've picked up that I like. Taproot is, it's $9. I picked this up at Whole Foods as well. It doesn't have any ads in it, but it has some nice pictures in it. The articles, you know, here's some poems, some images that would be cool to use as well. I don't know how much I'll cut this one up, but you know, you just kind of gotta look and see what's out there. But this is a really neat magazine. And then of course there's Flow magazine, and it is $22.50. It's from Holland. It is full of all sorts of stuff. It's neat because it actually has pages in here for you to pull out and use. You can frame or put it in your journal. Lots of quotes. Here's postcards. This is the alphabet. I think it actually goes to Z. So these are all postcards. More postcards. There's lots of fun stuff in this magazine as well. This is another one that you could pull out to put to frame or put in your journal. So this is a really neat magazine to pick up if you can. Same with Bella Grace. It's beautiful inside. It's, oh goodness, it is also $20. It is full of beautiful, beautiful images. But you know, it also has things in there for you to write and do. So I will probably carefully pick and choose things to pull from this magazine. It's hard because, I mean, this is like a book that you can put on a shelf, and it's expensive like a book that you put on a shelf. So when I kind of look at it, it's like, well, do I just want this sitting on a shelf where it's just going to sit on a shelf, or would I rather go ahead and, you know, pull this page out and put it in a journal where I can really, really enjoy it. So that's kind of where I'm at on cutting up these nice magazines. Another one that I picked up, I got this at Barnes & Noble. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble too. I hadn't seen it before. It's well, how much is it? I think it's $9.99 also. This one has some neat things in it as well. I obviously am a magazine junkie, but you know, it is what it is. So I try not to buy too many, but you know, it's the pictures, it's the colors, it just, you know, it makes me happy. So you know, I guess I could be spending it on things that are a lot worse, but this is a really nice magazine. Barnes & Noble. Another one that is nice is Life Beautiful. It is a Christian magazine. I've seen it at our grocery store and Barnes & Noble bookstores probably, you know, and I'm sure that Books A Million has these as well. I haven't been into Books A Million for a while because it's just easier for me to get to Barnes & Noble. But Life Beautiful has a lot of very pretty images. It also has Bible verses scattered throughout usually. And I like using the images from this magazine as well. There's always a really pretty one on the back cover. And I think that might be it as far as where you can find stuff. So your best bet, if somebody asks me what to get, they're just starting what to get, I think if you got a Vogue or an In Style and a W, you know, just kind of depending what you like. Actually, I would get one of these big, huge issues of Vogue or In Style, or just whatever you can get. And then, you know, like a Martha Stewart magazine. That would be, if you had these two, you could go crazy and create tons of pages. This has tons of images in it, tons of girls. This would have all of the words and phrases that you would need for a long time. And then, you know, after that, just kind of depending on what you want to focus on. And like I said, for me, I'm trying to work on dealing with anxiety and being more mindful and making some positive changes. So I find the words and phrases that work best for that, and mindful or Oprah, anything like that, yoga magazine. And I think that might be it. Once again, I'm almost done with this, so I will be doing my first flip through of my collage journal, and hopefully after that I'll be able to do one making a new collage journal. So if you have any questions, please ask. I will write you back as soon as I can. It's crazy busy. Spring break starts tomorrow for my daughter, thank heavens. So I'll have another little person at home to keep me busy, but I try to answer your questions as quickly as I can. Once again, I know I always apologize for this, but I'm sorry it takes me so long to write back. My little guy is very, he's not clingy, but he just, you know, he wants me around all the time, every second, and it's hard for me to sit at the computer and reply to people. So I know that I need to enjoy this time because he's going to grow up, because my other son will actually be turning 22 this month. So I know both sides. I see where, you know, I know both sides. I know what it's like to have old kids, and I know what it's like to have little kids. So anyways, thanks so much. I will hopefully be doing some more videos soon to get these done. If you have any questions, please ask, and thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.